Hello and welcome to lesson 1 of week 4. My name is Mildred. In this lesson, we are going to look at the different utility classes that we use for text and background colors in Bootstrap 5. I have an HTML template here and we'll try to style this template such that we will get a styled web page. Right, so we're going to start with the text and background colors and then we'll move to the buttons and alerts and then we'll look at how we can design tables also. Right, so we have different contextual color names that we use in Bootstrap 5 and we can change the color to, let's say, if you want to have a color for this header section, if you want to have the color to be like a background color, you will use the class attribute equal to and now the value. If we want the background color to be blue or something, we have a color called primary. So you can do BG primary like this as the background color, and when we refresh here we don't have it applied. Let's go back there and see class equal to BG primary. The first thing we need to do here is to have the Bootstrap 5 at the top here, which we do not have yet. So let's put Bootstrap 5 here at the top. So we have that here now, and when I refresh I have that background color here changed. We can do further styling, like make sure this is within a container and there is a padding or something. So we've learned this in the previous week's lesson when we look at different utility classes. We can come to this heading and let's put a style here, class. Let's put like a padding, so that I'll just do something like this, P4, something like that, and then I will have my background primary here. So when I refresh this time we have a padding and so it looks a little better. Now we have secondary, we have success, we have danger, we have warning, we have info, we have light, we have dark. If you refer to your lesson resource, you see the different backgrounds. So you just change here to, if you want secondary, which I believe will be like a gray color, you can do this and refresh, it will change that color. If you want it to be like green, I think it's success, and if you do this the background color will change. And so we have warning, we have danger, we have info, we have light, dark, and we have white, and all of these have different colors when you apply them, and you make sure the contrast between the background color and the text color is readable. So we can have muted and it will be like it's a disabled text. Let's choose a color. Let's do BG primary. Now we can add other classes, other utility classes that we have, like let's say we want to center the text. We looked at this in previous week's lesson and we want to put a padding for this. We want to put a margin, let's say the margin bottom, and you can decide if you want the corner rounded. We'll look at all of these other properties or other values later. Rounded. Now let's look at the text. Let's say we have this like this now and we've put the text to the center, but we want to change the color of the text so the contrast can be nice. Maybe we want the text to be white. Now we have different text colors just like the background color. So instead of BG for text we'll put text, and then we'll use the same color classes and primary, secondary, success, danger, warning, info, light, dark, and all of that. Refer to your lesson resource to see a list. But now let's say we want this text to be white, so we have text white, and when I refresh now the text will be white and we'll have a better contrast here. So you can look at all the text color classes that are available. It's same with what is available with the background also. Now we can control the opacity also when we put this. So we can say text opacity and we can put a particular value. We have 25, 50, 75, 100, and we can do something like, let's say, text opacity like this, and then we put a value, let's say 75, like that. And when we refresh you see it is a little not as the full color or bright as before. So we have all of that. So we have seen the different ways we can put a background color and the different ways that we can put a text color for our text using Bootstrap 5 utilities. Now the same thing with the background, you can change the opacity also like we changed with the text, and here we have BG primary, we can say BG opacity, and let's say we want this to be also 75, like that. So we can have 10, 25, 50, 75, 100, like that. So let's refresh this and we'll have it a little lighter. Alright, so anytime you build your site you want to make sure that it is responsive, it is readable, the user experience will be good, instead of just going by trying to use all the designs or everything you have. Now we can combine all of this like we did here, have all the text and background, and then we have other utility things to put padding and margin, and we actually even did make this a little rounded here. And we can also have links that we can style, the different utility for links. Let's say for instance I have a link here, let's say welcome to your dashboard. Let me put something like click here to see announcements like this, and I'll put href equal to, this will go nowhere, like this, and we have this link. When I refresh we'll have all of the color of the link is within this header, so it's not clear for us to see. But let's take this link out of the header section because of the background color so we can see it clearly. So when I refresh refresh, you can see the link here. Now we want to apply the link style just as we have for the background and for the text. You can have class photo. So now instead of not BG, not text, it's going to be link. So it's going to be link, the same color, whether success, danger, warning, light, dark. Okay, so we can say link. If we use warning, it will be yellow. If we use danger, it will be like red, I think. And so when you refresh, you'll see that the link is red. So you can also refer to your lesson resource to see the different link and colors and the utility classes for link you can use. We can also use gradients. It supports BG gradients. Like if I change this to, let's say, background BG gradient like this, we'll see that this is supported here. So when I refresh this, I can't see that here. Let's do BG gradient on a different style. So let's say that this background primary, and I'll do BG gradient here. Okay, so we'll refresh this and then we'll see there's like a light gradient change here on this style here. So we have that support gradient class. So one of the things you will need to always remember when you do this is to ensure that the text is readable, like the color contrast is okay. You want to use light on dark backgrounds, you want to use dark on light backgrounds, and also allow, maybe avoid to using low opacity on anything that is important. Okay, so you want to make sure that your context is accessible. You don't do a color contrast that is not user friendly or doesn't give a good user experience. And some of the mistakes you can easily make, to forget to put a text color on dark background, or you overuse the opacity on critical text, or you mix too many contextual colors. It's not always the best. All right, and so we have looked at all of this, and then in the next lesson we're going to look at alerts and buttons, and we're going to continue styling this web page. Thank you, and see you in the next lesson.